collections are always fun to photograph, and especially great shapes and bright colors of antique glassware when it's on the windowsill and light is streaming through. One of the first things that I like to do when I'm getting ready to take some pictures at home like this is to get into a comfortable position, a stool or a chair, so that you know, you can not feel rushed, and also it allows you to get down at the eye level of the subject so that you can be comfortable when you're working. We're going to use the Nikon D5000 in the auto exposure mode, and what I'm doing is I'm setting the exposure compensation 2 stops brighter than normal to allow for the backlight to come through the bottles. But one of the first things that I notice is that these bottles are too low, and I'm seeing the bottom of the windowsill, which isn't backlit from the sunlight. So what I'm going to do is use a little platform that I made out of a board that we had out in the garage and just painted it white with some flat white paint. And that allows me to raise these glass bottles up to the level of the windowsill so that the light will come streaming all the way through the bottom instead of it being blocked by the windowsill. Looks pretty good. But we're going to rearrange things a little bit here and see if we can come up with a better arrangement. I'm going to dig my elbows down and brace the camera. Zoom in a little bit, zoom out a little bit. This is looking pretty good. The nice part about the zoom lens is that you can come in real close and show some detail, and the space in between you can use color and the shapes for design. So I can see through the viewfinder that my shutter speed is falling down a little bit below where I like it to be. So what I'm going to do is go into the menu, and I'm going to increase my ISO to 800. Click OK. And we're going to adjust our exposure compensation to 2 stops brighter. That's going to allow for the background to fall out to a bright white. So the negative space in between the shapes is just as important as the shapes themselves. So I'm going to go in and just adjust things a little bit more so that the spaces in between form interesting shapes as well. Well, I'm pretty happy with the composition, but I'd like to blow the background out to a pure white. So I'm going to go out and get some more curtains, and I'll be right back. Almost perfect, but I'm going to readjust my exposure compensation for one more stop to blow the background out to pure white. Like that. From there to there. So now that we have a wide view of this scene, I'm going to move in a little bit closer. We're going to tighten up the composition. We're going to set the lens in the longest position you have, 55 millimeter. I'm going to get in for some details. Looks pretty good.